All right, we're live. I don't see anybody in here yet, so we'll give it a few seconds. Let some people pop in. Adjust my stuff anyway. I put your Batman killing joke in the link, so
Thank you.
I didn't want to put your Facebook link because I didn't know, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Probably
it's okay.
easier for them to, yeah, I figured it would be, but you know. Let me adjust the volume here. My phones, I don't want to ping it off.
I'm gonna go double duty. I have my laptop here as well, so I'll jump on and let people know we're
I might.
live.
If you come on streams with me a lot, because I can't set my computer up. I'm downstairs at work, so I had a computer, but I get no connection because it's not a 5G. Although my company's giving out some new ones, so see if that one will work better. It seems like StreamYards only works with 5G, and the computer doesn't connect to the 5G here. So, all right.
Making sure the volume's turned off here.
Yeah, I'm kind of doing that too. I'm not sure if anybody's in the chat. If anybody's here, please say hello. I'm all in the mood. I got my Jesse Aarons, Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Got some stuff behind me here. Let's see. Oh, wrong way. Oh, wrong way.
Whoa.
Art, posters. Hey, Amy, what's going on? I changed my face. I like it. Good to see everybody here. We'll get rolling once a few more people get in here. I'm here live with Anthony Caimano. See, I can say the name now.
Yes, sir.
Let me get on my channel so I can see any. There we go. All right. See. All right. Give everybody a few minutes. Hopefully some more people come in. Hopefully some more.
I'm going on post something on Facebook.
It's my sexy look. I ain't gonna wear it the whole time though. I just figured I'd put it on for a little bit. Although it's probably an improvement, but it gets hot. I'm already feeling the sweat coming down. So, uh-oh. Now here comes the real scare. Here comes the scary scare. Oh crap! Oh no!
Oh no!
Oh shit! Cover that crap up. All right, we got 5 in here now. All right, so I asked Anthony Caimano to come on here with me. Anybody who doesn't know Anthony Caimano, we did a sit down a few weeks ago, and he's got the Batman, the Killing Joke coming out, and your Indiegogo campaign launches March 1st.
Yep.
All right. So I got that in the link, guys. Make sure you check that out. March 1st. He's got a few little short clips. Sabuana, hello. Good to see everybody. So Anthony just saw the movie today. I said, hey, have you seen the movie yet? The dude grinded it out for me to come on and join me and discuss Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2022.
Yes.
So what are your first impressions, my friend?
I went in with pretty low expectations, and I thought it was pretty good, you know, considering that. It's not a perfect film by any means, but it was watchable at least. I like it a lot better than the Leatherface movie that came out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's definitely not the worst in the series.
No, not the worst. Again, not a perfect film. There were some nitpicky things I had going for it, but it was fun. It's not too long either. It's under an hour and a half long. So, you know, it gets to the point. A lot of kills in it. Should keep general slasher film fans happy, in my opinion. Yeah. Just throwing up a Facebook post for people to come join us, and then I'll be right with you. You'll have my full attention.
Well, Sabuana just watched it today. I know I guess I'm making her a horror fan. She's from the Philippines and just moved to Florida recently. So hopefully she can come visit in Spookala or even, which is in Ocala, Florida. And then I also got Phantasm in August. And I'll be running a lot of these indie campaigns. So whatever you got, we'll be running on a loop with it. You know, like with the Sawyer Massacre. and also by Steve Merlo. Everybody loves Steve. Third Channel, I'm an AP on, an associate producer on. Michelle Lynn Blasky. Sam Hain by Lawrence Sam Hain May. I'm an AP on that one. And I want to give a shout out to my buddy James Grimm, working on My Special Boy. He also does some great Myers masks. Red River Expressway with Jason Vandergriff. He's got some other shorts that have won awards. I didn't have a chance to write them all down, but you can check him out too. And also Alone, Masquerade, Lonely Echoes coming out. Masquerade, I think, is officially releasing to everybody in May, if I remember right. And also Voorhees, Night of the Beast. That's actually, I talked to the Jason Pitts, who I've had on. Awesome guy. I really enjoyed Alone and Masquerade. And I'm looking forward to Voorhees, Night of the Demons, because that's actually being released the weekend I'm at Spookala in Ocala. So hopefully kind of get that going. So here's my thoughts on Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2022. I enjoyed it. I thought it was a good first slasher. Was it a good Texas Chainsaw Massacre movie? I don't know. I got a lot of pros and cons with it. I didn't really like the modern day, considering how old Leatherface should be.
Right.
I personally felt it should have, if you're going to have a time lapse, that's fine. You should have went with like 1990 to 2000s. I really wasn't feeling the social media thing. And I don't want to hate on the characters. I just don't think there was perfectly cast. I wasn't, I think they did what they could do. I just don't think it was the right casting choices. Melody and Lila, who were the main people.
Right.
The one guy I really liked was Richter. And one of Richter was the guy in the truck, the diesel truck. So I wrote all these down so I can remind. I know the names are hard to remember, and you just
right. Yeah, I have no idea.
My little notes. So everybody who saw the movie, he basically starts off in a convenience store. You hear about Sally Hardesty being the lone survivor,
right?
And they're going to Harlow to a ghost town, basically now, and you run into Richter, who if you went, it was a curveball. They definitely threw with Richter because you think, oh boy, here we go. And I like the twist, but I don't. I think I get the idea with the older lady. And am I the only one who thought the older lady, the
caretaker,
orphanage lady, at first when I first saw her, I thought she was Sally because they looked some long older ladies with long hair. I was like, okay, wait. And I like that Leatherface kind of had somebody who could kind of keep him under control, and that's what you kind of learn with him. He's the guy she's the one who can keep his peace, and she was really keeping everybody safe in the town from him.
Right.
And they wanted to kick her out. And with the social commentary, I know a lot of people, when it's coming out, oh, it's going to be a woke thing. But I think they kind of did it well, where I didn't see it that way because, like, even with Richter, the guy at the gas station, he wasn't so much, he's got the gun. He kind of got called out. There's city people in Texas, in a town like that where, there's coyotes and stuff like that. People, they're just from different parts of the world that maybe don't understand each other, right. Especially nowadays. People from the city don't understand people from the Midwest. And I've lived the East Coast of Massachusetts, and also I'm in Missouri now. So I kind of got a feel for everything. And we don't have people walking around with, a 6-shooter on the side and stuff. But
right.
I don't think it was a total attack. I think they kind of balanced it pretty good. Yes, I agree, Amy. I'm going to talk about that. I can't. Okay. The bus scene was fantastic. I'm looking for. There was as far as the story goes, like me personally, I think they should have done it in like the 90s because there's no way I'm buying Leatherface being a 70, 80-year-old guy. And then even showing his face, you could tell the guy was maybe 40 something, maybe in his early 50s. And he did a great job. I actually liked what Mark Burnham did as Leatherface. I don't like, they didn't really give him a lot. And the one thing I loved about Texas Chainsaw Massacre, Leatherface was scary, but Grandpa was scary. The hitchhiker was scary. There was a lot of scary aspects that trapped you in there, and Leatherface just kind of popped out among others. But
right.
honestly, the hitchhiker was my most freaky guy cutting his hand in the original. So anybody the original,
Right.
and it just, I didn't see Leatherface growing up in an orphanage, if that's where they were going, and she kind of came back. But I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. She was the one he was at peace with and gave him calmness. And then when she died and everything that happened brought back Leatherface out of him.
Right. So I guess my take on that would be the guy with the gun was a little bit misleading. They make you feel like, oh, maybe he's maybe one of the Sawyers or something. Maybe he's a bad guy. And I think for storytelling purposes, they go for the they're looking for a threshold guardian, which is almost like an antagonist, but not the main antagonist. So I think they had him kind of fill up that role. I like the whole not, having different people from different cultures and maybe not necessarily understanding each other, because I think maybe that's part of the overall Texas Chainsaw theme in some of the movies. I don't understand how he got from where he was the last time we saw him to now being at this orphanage with this lady in this ghost town. I think that's kind of strange. They never explained who she was really, besides she took care of some kids. But I mean, he had to have been at least a 30-year-old kid when when they met. So I don't really understand that. The casting was a little unusual. I don't think I would have went with those cast members and those roles. The party scene, it's like they spent time picking out that bus because there was no backdoor exit. So they wanted to pick a bus where it was like everybody was trapped, almost like the end of Rogue One, where Darth Vader's in that hallway and you can't get out because the door closes and then everybody's stuck and he's coming with a lightsaber. So it was almost like that, but except it was Leatherface with the chainsaw. I thought the actor did pretty well overall as Leatherface. I don't fully understand why he had the chainsaw. I kind of go along with it. I get it's his signature weapon. Did he have to have the chainsaw? I don't know. I think it made more sense when he was a butcher or something, but now it's like he's just carrying around this chainsaw. I wasn't crazy about the mask. I also thought Richter was the Sawyer as well. Yeah, they could have went in that direction. I think they were misleading us on purpose. I don't know how the chainsaw just slices through everybody like a lightsaber. That too, it just goes right through people. There wasn't a whole lot of story to it. They pretty much got right to the point, which I'm okay with. This is fake. Yeah, I saw that in the comments when he's killing the kids with their cell phones. They're streaming the deaths, and people are saying like, "Oh, it looks fake" and stuff like that. So that's another part of storytelling when it comes to like a hero's journey, and they come up with these threshold guardians. There's also one called the jokester or the prankster, and some people use comedy to take place of that, and that's what they did in this film with those jokes and with the whole "oh man, we're gonna cancel you, bro" kind of thing. And they could have taken that in a different direction, but I understand why they did it, and it is what it is.
Well, I just watched All of Us Are Dead, which was a Korean zombie flick on Netflix, and I really enjoyed it. And they used that same idea, but they did it better.
Okay.
The guy's doing his thing, but at least he's still running, trying to escape. They're watching their friends get killed and doing that. And I get there's brain dead people and would do it, but you see people getting chewed up by a chainsaw on the bus.
Right.
I'm certainly not standing there. Making sure I get that last clip. As you're seeing people just getting tore apart with a chainsaw. And I always go with the suspension of belief with it, because
right.
I've used chainsaws and they last about 5 minutes before you're filling them up with gas again.
Yeah, that thing would have died. Plus, I find it hard to believe that he's 70, running around with this chainsaw, sticking it all the way through people, and then lifting them up in the air.
And that's what I was saying with the sequel. If you're gonna do it, I get like, all right, you want to do a horror movie, you could have taken out Leatherface in this and had a different villain,
Right.
and done a better story with Leatherface. And I loved Leatherface in the movie. I mean, honestly, he was the best part. Leatherface and Richter were my two favorites in the movie.
Mm-hmm.
Sally Hardesty was just it would have been a better movie if she wasn't in it, because like Dante showing Lila I believe it's an AR-15. I'm just going with school shootings. I'm guessing it was an AR-15 he was showing her, and that's why she was freaking out too, seeing that. Especially, she was scared of guns anyway. But the bullet hole, I'm not a gun expert, but I definitely think it was an AR-15. Somebody can correct me who knows more about guns. But I think that take out Sally and have the gun there. I think they could have used that a lot better. And of course, it jams. Like even on Sally.
Yeah.
I don't know. There was a few things, and the ending to me reminded me of Terminator 2. What she's
right.
I was just waiting for Leatherface to go. It was like a T2 shot by shot, just not done as well. Right. And there's some really good things I like about the movie. I don't want to trash it because I've seen some slashers that's like, oh man, this is just bad, And I think there's been a lot worse sequels in the series than this one. If you're gonna go the timeline of 73 when it happened, it was a 74 movie, but I believe it was taking place in 73, like they called it 73. It might have been 74. I can't remember.
I don't know offhand.
yeah. Well, I know like the movie came out in 74.
Right.
Yeah, it definitely did. I think they could do it well, but you're talking about, I think they could have done it better just with doing it in the 90s or 2000, just based on age alone of Leatherface. Mm-hmm. And especially if you're going to show his face, that wasn't a 70, 80-year-old guy. Oh, he had some hair. I mean, he looked like maybe he was, I don't know how old the actor was, but maybe 45, 55 at the most, maybe 60. I didn't get a good look at him. Mm-hmm. But, all right, it's a horror movie, fine. But if they did it the other way, they could have probably written it better. I get the phone thing, the bus scene. I was like, oh my God, they're doing this. But the kills were so good on the bus. I was like, I like those kills. Like, I mean, my thing, if a slasher has good kills, which this one did, mm-hmm. I can put aside bad stories, because honestly, a lot of horror, even in the 80s, very few had really strong stories, like really, really strong stories that were like, okay, it was really thought out. But I was okay with it. And I did like the idea of the older lady kind of being the one who kept him calm. I wish there was more to why, but it was a short movie. Yeah, I guess you have to do what you got to do. Like what, I know everybody died, but like you said, he was like 25, 30-year-old guy or whatever he was in 74 to go to an orphanage and get taken over. Maybe she knew him when he was younger. Maybe there's a backstory to it. I don't know.
Right.
Yes, Amy, the kills were amazing. Yeah, well, they made it where there was no escape room. I mean, I don't care. There's always an emergency exit on a bus. I don't even care if back in the day there's always an emergency exit.
Yeah, always. I think they showed people trying to jump out of the window, but he got to him too soon or something like that.
And they were too stupid. They couldn't put it on their cameras.
Right.
I can't put down my camera. I got to get those views.
Right.
But I'm sorry, somebody right in front of you, like, well, the ones who want views and stand back and watch things, I get. But when it's coming at you and you're doing the things and you're seeing people right in front of you with a chainsaw going at it, like, I don't know. Well, whatever. He handles business, and I like that. He's like, you guys want to play stupid games? I'm going to give you a stupid prize.
Right.
So I think that was funny. That was cool. Like, it was a stupid setup with the phones and everything, but it was such a brutally like, I'll take the bad with the awesome that came to it.
Yeah, I think the thing with Sally goes back to storytelling, the same kind of thing, a hero's journey with the Threshold Guardians and the jokester and all that. They need a mentor figure, and I don't think they really knew what to do with it, so they kind of just put Sally in there. And I mean,
It
coming off,
was a legacy character, and it just didn't work. Okay,
yeah, yeah,
I can understand she was looking for Leatherface, and the guy at the convenience store, did you find him? No, he was wearing skin on his face. I was, okay.
yeah. They
But
kind of,
a small town like that,
yeah,
I don't care if he's wearing leather on his face. If you're a sheriff, and maybe that's why the bar, she wasn't letting him get out or whatever, in a ghost town, however it turned to a ghost town, and
mhm.
she was keeping him safe. Fine, that's perfectly fine. Hello, Sarah. How you doing? Chad, how you doing? I want to make sure I say hi to everybody. Amy.
Yeah.
I just don't want to lose my track of thought here. But I mean, it made sense with the bars on the window, and the one thing I do like about it, and I think because people are so sided nowadays, like one side or the other, with
Hmm.
the Confederate flag that was hanging. Like
Right.
for her, the orphanage lady, her grandfather had it, and it just reminded her of her family and blah blah blah. So I think you got a different message from each thing, no matter how you feel about things. Even
Right.
with guns, I think they addressed both sides, because ultimately what saved her and her sister, almost both of them to the end, was the gun. So there was a balance. I think there was a decent balance where one person might say, "Oh, this is too woke," or this, I thought it was, for what the rumors were, and people are like, it's going to be a dumpster fire. I went in with the bar set real low. I'm like,
Yeah,
I'm gonna
same.
watch it, and I watched it. And I'm like, you know what? It's not bad. It wasn't terrible. But I've seen, like, I'm in the middle. Like, there was things I didn't like, and there's things I liked. But I've noticed most people either this movie sucks or I loved it. There's no in between on that. None.
Right.
It's Sally had too small of a part. Her character, yeah, it could have been utilized more, but instead she locks the girls in the car, used them as
Right.
bait. That's one thing that really bothered me. The whole Sally thing bothered me. I mean, there was no reason for her at all except to have that Laurie Strode character, which obviously I'm not the first one to pick that out. But okay, I'm going to lock you in the car. I'm going to make sure you remember me. You remember me, and she's got him dead to rights. No, I don't remember you. It was 50 years ago. You know how many people I killed in between that? You know how many faces I took?
Right.
You listen to me scream after I've already let you walk out of had him dead to rights. What do you do? Why wouldn't he kill her anyway? Like, well, you said you know me. I don't want to, just in case we were friends, I don't want to kill you for no reason at all. And the next thing you know, he's outside. She sits there, shoots him once in the shoulder,
Hmm.
and then has to tell him, you remember me now, motherfucker, or whatever she did. Goes to shoot him. The 80-year-old man has time to run around the corner. She misses her shot, of course.
Right.
I thought her death, her the chainsaw scene was so outrageous, but it was so good.
Yeah. Yeah.
Say my name. Yeah, exactly. Okay, Heisenberg. You're not that memorable, lady. You just screamed the whole movie in TCM Part 1.
Right.
You don't remember your voice. Oh, you screamed. Now I remember you. You were that annoying bitch that I wanted to kill because you were screaming the whole time, making my ears ring.
Right.
Yeah, it was like a parody. It definitely was, Chad. Um, there was, like I said, there was a lot of. If a slasher has good kills,
Hmm.
I can take away the plot.
Right.
Kills for me, and I agree with my buddy Derek Ricard, who's got a great channel too. Derek's Horror. If you guys haven't checked him out, he gave it a 10 on kills. I don't know if I'd go a 10. I'd definitely give it like an 8, 7.5, 8 on kills. It was really good. I did like, and I think a lot of people were happy at the end when Mel got ripped out of the car, and Leatherface kind of held her, and you know
Right.
took care of her.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, they definitely lined up sequels. It looks like he went home.
Right.
He's home, but I do think it was missing other characters. It can't just
Hmm.
be, for me. It just can't be Leatherface in a Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Like, he's,
Right.
but there's those creepy family members, the ones who just are just no matter what you think you're getting help, there's nowhere to run. And that suspense and tension, like how are you going to escape, kind of bothered me, because all they had to do was escape from Leatherface, which the girls could have gotten away, gotten out of there, sat in their car, sat in the police car. Let's run the bastard over. And then, of course, he throws the chainsaw 50 yards. That's going to, I mean, all right, I get maybe you flinch a little, but it's not going to make me like run off the road and not hit him. If I'm going to hit him, I'm going to hit him. I'm not going to. And so they crash the car. She's got the metal thing through her leg, trying to do the hero thing, sacrificing herself. You don't need me. You don't need me. You don't need me. You're strong. I did like Dante's death and Richter's death. I mean, all the deaths I really liked. I think Dante's was Richter's was my favorite when he, kicks the leg and breaks the leg. And I don't know how he got up so fast. I'd be kind of, I'll give the dude credit. He's badass. He kind of came out like the best. I'm glad they had at least one badass in it, And it was kind of a good struggle between him and Leatherface. The girl should have taken her time and gotten the hell out of there. Yeah. But she wanted to watch from there. And he gets his neck tossed into the glass. I thought that was cool, and him bleeding. And then obviously him getting his head smashed in was pretty badass with the mouth.
Yeah.
Yeah, the bus scene was sweet too, boys and their pops. Definitely good. Yeah, gutting the blonde. Yeah. I mean, the blonde chick, I had to look up her name just so I wanted to give Ruth. Ruth was her name. They didn't say it, even though I put it on subtitles. I've watched it 3 times because I watched it by myself. Then I watched it with one of my guys who's a horror fan. And then I watched it again with him because he loves horror movies. And I had the subtitles on, trying to see her name, and it was Dante's friend. And then I looked on IMDb, and her name was Ruth. And then that wasn't his I said it was his fiance. I guess he was just fucking with the cop because, whatever, kind of insinuate. The cops turned out to be pretty decent. They actually helped them out in a sense,
Right.
They were on their side. And I thought that was pretty cool. I mean, it was kind of bull crap how he broke the hand, but it was cool just anyway with the one cop in the back and then got him in the throat with his own bone. I thought that was kind of creative in its own way. And I did like when they got in the crash, she's trying to play dead. Ruth, we're going to give her credit because in the subtitles, it was saying Dante's girlfriend or Dante's friend or Dante's partner, I think it said, like instead of her name. Huh. And it turns out that wasn't his girlfriend or fiance. In the IMDb, the black girl gets cut in half. That was a good death too. When she's trying to get out the window. Oh no, you don't. Right. That was his girlfriend. There was no sign. I don't understand that. Like I was looking at that. Maybe it's a mistake, but I could have swore Ruth was his girlfriend. But
yeah, I have no idea.
Whatever. It didn't really matter. I thought the 2 main girls were terrible in the action scenes. In a sense, for a high budget movie, it was terribly edited. Like, rolling out of the way in slow motion. It looked slow. Everything looked slow.
Right.
With them. I wasn't a big fan. I don't want to knock the actors, or the actresses because it's not an easy thing. But some people are made for it. Some people I just don't think are. I think they could have even done some sort of creative something more than ninjutsu rolls and stuff like that.
Right.
I did like. Oh, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say I have some nitpicky things about it too. Definitely would have liked to see more of the family aspect. I think the family is important when it comes to those films. The cops were a bit misleading too, the same way that the trucker guy was. Kind of made you feel like maybe they were part of the family or in on the killing spree or something. almost felt like they were foreshadowing something there that just ultimately never happened.
And I get the twist, but I didn't like it. It's like, that's what
Right.
makes you Harlow scary. That's what's going to make the town scary, is that, you know,
Everybody's in
you're
on it.
getting help. And the creepy part is they're not there to help you.
Right.
They're not there to help you.
Right. Another thing about it was, I'll admit, I liked the final girl's background story. Reminded me of the girls in Split. I haven't seen. Oh no, I did see Split. Yeah.
I said Split too, and I'm trying to remember. Oh my God, I've seen it.
I
Oh,
don't
is that?
remember the girl's background. It's where the guy has
Oh,
multiple personalities, kind of thing.
I got to rewatch that because I know I've
Yeah.
seen it. But and Chad's making a great point. Like the black girl, she got on the bus and she didn't tell anybody anything.
She's
Like
like, keep
Dante said,
partying. She's like, keep going.
if I don't tell anybody, he won't bother us.
Just keep drinking. It'll be fine.
But I can almost believe it with the younger generation now. You guys, I mean, I'm bad with the phone too, but growing up with it, it's like, oh man, I forgot. I'm somebody's trying to kill me.
Right.
You know,
Right.
everything's going to be filmed now. I think certain things they really did well. Yeah, the Broken Hero. Like, I didn't hate Lila. I didn't hate any of the characters like some people did. I just think it was, I don't know. Like I said, I think a lot of it, you know, a storyline. I think it was really a mess.
Yeah, it was.
Kills made up for it. If the kills weren't good, it would have been total dog shit.
It was misdirected for sure. There's no call to action. Usually you'd have a call to action, then they refuse the call, and something changes their mind, and then they go on the trip. So say like Sally in the beginning said to her granddaughter, hey, you should go out to Texas and check out this house. And then the granddaughter says, no way. And then one of the hitchhikers shows up at the house, kills Sally. So then the granddaughter's like, oh, okay, now I'm going to go get revenge and go to Texas and fight these people or something. So there was like no call to action. It was just like when the movie started, they were on their way to this ghost town. Kills were the highlights. Yeah.
And I totally agree with Sarah.
Yeah.
I watched the movie and I'm like, I was expecting a dumpster fire beyond the shit beyond shit. And there were times like I think it was misdirected just with with Dante, or not Dante, with Richter and the sheriff, but it was also kind of misdirected with the other characters in a sense.
Yeah.
You know who would have been good was the convenience store owner. Would have been, if you're going to misdirect with everybody, to use maybe he'll be used in the sequel where the convenience store owner knows what's going on more and, could be that crazy one. Because I think Leatherface needs that. He needs family members. He needs the Sawyer family together. And
yeah, it was like the convenience store member was almost like the cook or something, but he didn't turn out to be the cook. He's just like the guy that worked at the store, Let's give it to Netflix. They don't normally show films that gory. Yeah, true.
Watch, if you haven't seen it, watch Everyone's Gonna Die or something. It's a Korean zombie movie, Amy. They show some pretty good gore in that. I actually enjoyed that. It was a 12-episode series, and it got a little messy along the way, but I was like, oh, another zombie show. It's going to be bad. But I'll tell you, the Koreans ass with zombies, man. Between Train to Busan and Everyone's Dead was pretty cool. I was surprised that I enjoyed it as much as I did. I binged it. I was like, all right, cool. And, there was some good and some bad to that. But overall, it was fun. It was at least fun to watch. But, yeah, Netflix I think they're trying to do more gore and stuff because, Amazon's got The Boys, which is, I'm sure you love that, Anthony. Have you ever watched The Boys on Amazon?
No,
Being a superhero guy? Dude, watch
I've never seen it. All right.
Watch it, dude. You'll love that show.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, dude, it's great. Yeah, have you watched Brightburn?
No.
Oh my God, dude. I'm going to give you a list of movies to watch that you like, especially being a superhero guy. Brightburn is basically the Red Sun Superman kind of deal. What if Superman was bad, not good, but they couldn't use it because they didn't have the rights to it, and it was good. It was really
good. Have you seen No Way Home?
No Way Home.
The new Spider-Man.
Yeah. I went and saw that. I
What'd you think?
I go to the movies. I loved it.
Yeah,
I did.
I thought it was pretty good.
Yeah, I thought, here's you brought up a good thing right here. Like, Sally was not done well.
Right.
It was definitely fan service.
Right.
But Tobey Maguire, and I don't want to give, I think everybody knows by now. But the legacy characters were handled well. They didn't just have we're there. They used them well. They used them really well. Even, Doc Ock and the Green Goblin. I mean, they did it right. Like, I'm not a hardcore. Like, I love comic books, but I'm more of like I like The Walking Dead. That kind of got me. I never bought a comic when I was a kid. I wasn't a comic guy, and then I started watching The Walking Dead, got into that, and then I started reading Preacher and The Boys. Really good stuff by some really good writers. And I got into more the adult than the superhero thing, but I enjoy the superhero movies because I watched cartoons, and I actually know a lot about the Batman Killing Joke because that's one that I watched on YouTube where they had the comic on there and I read it. So I did enjoy that. I'm looking forward to your twists on that.
Thanks. Hey, just real quick, you brought up The Walking Dead. Did you know that Negan was based off of Henry Rollins?
Yep.
That's pretty cool, huh?
See, I wasn't happy with JDM, and he's the best on the show right now. The show went downhill really with the comic when it went downhill.
Yeah.
I haven't watched the final season. I didn't watch the first part. I know the premiere for the second part. I guess it's a 3-part finale season. I don't know.
I haven't seen it.
Yeah. The Whisper War in the comic was dreadful, and also like in the show it was awful. I really liked the character of Beta. I liked the way Ryan Hurst played Beta, and I also liked Samantha Morgan, who played Alpha. I thought there was a lot of good stuff. I don't know.
I loved Negan in it.
I got 3 of them because I got them cheap. AMC ran a sale. Yeah. 3 of the Negan resin statues. I haven't really of them. Yeah, I might do an unboxing of one. Cool.
I got his first appearance comic. That's all I have, though. It's like a first edition, first appearance, not graded, but it's just a raw version of it. And that's the only Walking Dead comic I have. Actually, I have another one, too, that was like a one-off kind of thing, but those are the only 2 I have.
I wish I sold mine at the time because I got like the Connecting Negan cover. It was my favorite character. Yeah, I got issue 19, which is Michonne on the cover, signed by Tony Moore. I met him at a Comic-Con, the first Comic-Con I went to.
Cool.
Yeah, so I got a lot. I got a lot of them. So hopefully when I bring them to the event, there's some still Walking Dead fans and let them go. Because I got 2 big box comics. I went from a guy who didn't collect comics in like 2 years. I'm collecting like Boys, Southern Bastards, and a lot of them are and stuff. Because Jason Latour and Jason Aaron both. And Jason Aaron just done a lot of Marvel, and I think he's done some DC comics. Was there a lot at KC Comic-Con. So I met him a few times, and I got a bunch of stuff signed by him. And Southern Bastards was fun. But my comic store stopped selling it, so I've lost it since Volume 2.
Nice. Yeah, it's addicting, right? Collecting comics. Just once you get one, you want more. There you go.
I appreciate you coming in.
Sir. Thank you.
Okay, here's a good question for you. All right, I just want to make sure I didn't miss it. Okay, if you could write a comic book series using any 5 fandoms, who would you go with?
Like any 5, like 5 characters from any series? Is that kind of the question?
You want to detail that a little more, Two Boys? I'm sure you. I'm thinking like if you could use any, like maybe a crossover like Marvel. I'm not sure.
Like
Or I'm
one
not
char- like one
I
character
think the
from each
superhero group. I'm
series.
guessing Deadpool, Batman. I'm guessing
Right.
that's
Um,
a super team.
we were just talking about The Walking Dead, so now my head is stuck on Negan. So now I'm thinking like,
Okay, well,
what if Wolverine was in The Walking
brainstorm.
Dead?
I was the same way, Amy. I got the volumes, and then it just I was so disappointed. Like A New Beginning started so well after All Out War, and there was so many good storylines they could have had. Maggie seeing Negan out of prison, Rick and Negan's relationship, Carl and Negan's relationship, a lot of the characters you cared about, and then I don't know, the story just got caught up. And the one issue where Andrea died, which I was never an Andrea Rick fan. A lot of people loved Andrea and Rick and were mad at Michonne. And I thought they actually had more chemistry. Not on like before they got together. The actors, you could tell they were so good friends, Michonne and Andrew.
Right.
Andrew Lincoln, they just did not deny. They just didn't have any chemistry romantically on screen. It looked so, and I get that. It looked like they were kissing, having a romance with a brother and sister. It just had that kind of vibe. But I
Right.
did like the relationship building up. There was some great moments there. Yeah, up to the prison in the show, man, I loved it. I loved that show. Even on the road, there were some really good moments. But yeah. After the governor arc, yeah. I like the Telltale games too, and I think they could have used the Telltale games really well with Negan and oh my god, why can't I think of her name? Lee and not Lee, but oh my god, why can't I think of her name? The girl from the games. I can't believe I can't remember her name.
I don't know offhand.
Yeah, she was in a few of them, but yeah, that actually was probably the better storyline in a sense. Weird one, you didn't like the movie. A lot of people didn't. A lot of people did. With the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. We'll get off the Walking Dead a little bit. I know a lot of people. I'm sick of The Walking Dead too. Like there's so much I could do an episode and talk about The Walking Dead all for a while. And I'd like to. I wouldn't mind doing a retrospect talk with somebody who knows The Walking Dead too and wants to just discuss it and the flaws.
Might be our next one. You might have to have me back on for The Walking Dead.
Yeah. It's it had a good run. The comic and the show.
Could always bounce back from it. I know they're thinking about making some movies and stuff, so you never know. They could always do something with it.
Yeah. I don't know. I think it's dead. I think they destroyed it and they got another spinoff coming, and The World Beyond. I tried watching that. It was terrible. Fear the Walking Dead. I really couldn't. I tried.
I didn't get into it.
Like, why don't you just concentrate on doing one show right instead of doing these whatever? I think if they do the Rick movies, it's got to be like a Netflix movie or something. It's not going to do well in theaters. But yeah, a lot of people hated it. There's no in between. Like I think I'm the first in betweener who's like, I liked Texas Chainsaw Massacre. And, I didn't love it, but I didn't hate it, and it was a lot better than I thought it was going to be. But I get why people hated it. I don't think they did Leatherface justice. I don't think they did Sally Hardesty justice. I don't think.
Right.
I think they tried to go with twists that just didn't work. I mean, the idea was there. If maybe one, like the truck driver wasn't the asshole and kind of who he became, or even the cops, or even the store manager, just somebody who could have been cool that kind of helped and was supportive. Not everybody was good, and nobody, I don't know, just didn't make sense. I would even liked it more if they used Sally. She was so tormented and mentally gone, and she started doing that she was the one protecting Leatherface. She went that mentally ill that they did have a bond, and she was the one, working with them. And she, because she was definitely crazy in the film. It definitely affected her.
Right.
I mean, just something. I love Leatherface, but he's not a character who's going to be Jason Voorhees. They really kind of went that direction, or Michael Myers. They didn't really And I think, like I said, I think Mark Burnham did a good job as Leatherface with what he had. I thought he was big, intimidating, and had some great kills in the movie. But story-wise, it definitely wasn't Leatherface character. But then again, there's other movies that he wasn't really Leatherface character too well either. I mean, there's definitely hit or misses, and it's not my favorite in the series, but it's by far not the worst.
No, not mine either. What is your least favorite, or one that you don't like that much?
The one with Matthew McConaughey was pretty bad, but and I know a lot of people really like it, but the beginnings, the prequel they had when he turned, I hated that movie. I thought it was so boring. The sequel to the remake Leatherface, I didn't like. I liked the Leatherface remake. I did not like the sequel to it.
I'm with you. I'm with you there. Yeah, that's at the bottom of my list with the Leatherface, with the newest Leatherface, the 2017, 2018, or whatever it was.
I think it was even longer ago. It might have been. I mean, I really liked the remake. The remake in the original are my favorite, and I don't know. I'll put those in my top two. And Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2 is kind of a guilty pleasure where it's kind of got off course too.
Yeah.
But there's been some really bad ones too. I hated the beginnings. I get confused on the names because like I was so bored watching them. I mean, like I was bored. And I can at least say with this one, it definitely had some boring moments, but overall, I wasn't bored with the movie. And if a horror movie at least doesn't bore me, I'm good with it. When it bores me, the remake was great, Amy. I agree.
And I like it.
I'm not sure if that's just a comment.
Might just be spam.
Yeah, probably. Specifically, what do you think of Alan Moore's Batman: The Killing Joke?
I think it's pretty good. I think he did a pretty good job. I think she's just being funny.
Maybe she's
it's so good.
Maybe she's trying to test my skills on it. I don't know. I like the dark side to it. I really did. I like Batman to be a dark character. And I grew up with the 60s when I was a kid watching. It was, Batman. I liked when they went to Michael Keaton's Batman. It was like, wow, this is like, we're going from Adam West as a kid. And I'm like, well, that's not Adam West, Michael Keaton. And I was a Michael Keaton fan. Mr. Mom, I love. Yeah. I've always been a fan of Michael Keaton. And I wasn't. Yeah, go ahead.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cut you off, but I get excited. Have you seen the pictures of him in the bat suit on the set of Batgirl?
Yeah, I wish it wasn't in Batgirl though. I wish it was a movie like they did with Spider-Man No Way Home, No Way Home. Because
I'm telling you, the way to go is Batman Beyond, and then you have Keaton play the old Bruce Wayne.
Yeah, I mean, and I've watched some of the Batman Beyond because Dante used to watch it, and I've watched it a little bit because I thought it was pretty cool. Old Bruce Wayne, I think that'd be the great way to go.
Yeah, Keaton is the old Bruce Wayne, and then you have the new Batman, the Batman Beyond.
What's your thoughts on, like, me? I think Marvel works better as like with the Avengers than I never was a Justice League. It always felt like the cartoon version Justice League. I'm not a big I like a Batman movie. I like a Superman movie.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not a big fan of I like thinking Batman's in a different universe than Superman. That's how I always grew up, other than like the cartoons. And like I said, I didn't read all the comics. I don't know all the storylines. I know there's, different timelines and different, but I always liked a Batman movie. Like I enjoyed the trilogy, the Nolan trilogy. And I liked the first two Batmans with Tim Burton and Michael Keaton.
Right.
The other ones had okay moments. You always got bat nipples in Batman.
Yeah.
Can't go wrong with bat nipples, right?
Yeah, and it can never go wrong with bat nipples.
For the ladies.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I just always liked the Superman movie. I always liked the Batman movie. And I did like Snyder's cut of Justice League. It was a lot better than I was actually enjoyed that. It was a pretty cool crossover. But Batman just doesn't fit in it unless he's planning out like the detective, like he's got it planned out. He's just, okay, Batman's here. Better get the fuck out of the way, or you can get dead. You know, I think Batman's a great superhero. Like, you know, he just works for me better against like the Joker, against Bane, against, you know, his own universe of characters. Like, I don't really need Batman to cross over with Lex Luthor. But that's me. You know, some people love it.
I think there's a real good Superman story to be told that people just haven't touched on yet. I mean, they came out with the Man of Steel. I thought that was heading in the right direction, but then they went from that to Batman v Superman, and I think that was a misstep. And then they went from that to the Justice League, and then it was like Superman's hidden in the background somewhere again. That's why I prefer the Suicide Squad. Get all the bad guys together.
Suicide Squad, but I didn't like the first movie, but the new one was pretty good. I enjoyed that. It was fun.
Yeah, it was better. It was more enjoyable, at least. Yeah, I think there's a Superman story that just hasn't been told yet that someone's waiting to put together. Who in your opinion? Laughed my ass off at the bat nipples. I missed some of the comments there.
I thought Batman or Superman Returns with what's his name? The guy who played. I thought he was great. You know, where they continued from Christopher Reeves, because I thought Christopher Reeves was like, he just, I don't care. He's the best Superman in his own way. I mean, it's 80s, late 70s, 80s movie that, you know, I grew up with and I enjoyed, and I get it doesn't transcend, and that's why I like Man of Steel. I like something a little more brutal. I don't like, oh, there's no killing. I know a lot of comic book fans are going to hate me there, but you know, come on. Kill him, mother.
I think there's more to do with Superman that they just haven't gotten to yet. I don't think they always know what to do with him. You know, they end up putting him in Batman movies.
My problem with Man of Steel was like watching Avatar in the beginning of the movie. I didn't really like the beginning on Krypton and the whole way it was done. But I did like when he got to Earth, and you know, they kind of.
I think it should be less about Superman and more about us.
Yeah.
And, you know, for me, it's about like, you know, what is a man? What is a Superman? Like what, you know, how should we behave? And, you know, it comes up with all these dilemmas. Do you like the comics where Dick becomes a new Batman for a while? I think it's just a way for them to keep Batman relevant in the moment more than anything.
Gordon was Batman for a while too, wasn't he?
Who's that?
Commissioner Gordon was Batman for a little while.
Probably they'll write anything if it gets us to buy a comic book. I'll be Batman at some point. John will be Batman. Anything to keep us buying the comic books. You know, there's I don't know if you guys know that much about the public domain, but when you come up with a character and you have the copyright to a character, you only own that character for so long, and then it goes into the public domain and it belongs to everybody. So say you come up with a character like Batman, you have to attach these other identities to him, like Bruce Wayne, because eventually it's going to end up in the public domain and Bruce Wayne's going to go with him. So then you come up with a character like, you know, Dick is the Batman Beyond, because we have a few more years with him, and then Richard Nixon's the Batman Beyond, and then James Smith's the Batman Beyond or whatever, because you get attached to those other characters, and then the Batman doesn't matter as much because it's anybody can use Batman at some point. Mickey Mouse screwed that up. He was supposed to go in the public domain. Disney paid a bunch of money to keep him out of it, and it kept Batman and Superman out of it for a while too. So we have to wait a few more years before we can get them. Another a good example is Spider-Man. Peter Parker is Spider-Man, but now Miles Morales is Spider-Man. So once they lose Spider-Man and they lose Peter Parker, they still have Miles Morales as Spider-Man.
Yeah, you know, I know Sony's gotten flack, but I still consider Raimi's Spider-Man. I don't even hate Spider-Man 3. I can get down with the dance.
With the dance moves.
The only part I was really bad in Spider-Man 3, which I had a problem with, was like at the bar when he's doing that dance really bothered me. Walking down the street, I thought was hilarious. I thought it was funny as hell.
Yeah, there were some odd choices in that movie. Picking Topher Grace, who I like a lot, but to pick him to be Venom was a little bit odd because Eddie Brock was supposed to be more physically imposing than Peter Parker, and Venom was supposed to be like a bigger, stronger Peter Parker, and Peter Parker was supposed to be the more intelligent one, and so it's kind of like brains versus brawn kind of thing. But they were both equally kind of nerdy and roughly around the same build in that movie, so it didn't make a lot of sense. But I
Yeah,
don't
yeah.
know. I went with it.
I didn't know much about Venom at the time, so it didn't bother me that much because I didn't know the comics of Venom. Now I've learned more. I try to follow things like I especially when movies are coming out, like with all the Marvel and DC, and get like a common knowledge. Like The Killing Joke was one that I actually followed and read. Now I forget a lot of the details because it's been a few years since I've read it.
Yeah.
But that was one of the storylines that was like, oh, this is pretty cool. Especially the end fight with the Joker and the Batman, I thought was well written and well done, and it definitely came to a head, and I liked that a lot. I did.
Yeah. There's a lot of subcontext there in that story and The Killing Joke. So when people ask what it's about, I'm like, Commissioner, that Joker kidnaps Commissioner Gordon and Batman has to go save him, kind of thing. But there's a lot of other stuff going on that isn't spelled out in the comic that's kind of left up to us to decipher on our own and figure out what's going on, what's really going on. It's one of those things where it's like, well, each of us read the story, but we each take something away from it that's a little bit different. So like my interpretation might be a little bit different from the next person's and so forth. And it's kind of a cool story.
That's cool, is having your own
Yeah.
taking the things you like, putting it to a story and making it kind of your own. And,
right.
If you did it page by page, panel by panel of The Killing Joke, I'm not saying it wouldn't be good, but without your own twist on it, I'm sure, like, being a fan of it, and you're like, oh man, I wish I kind of did this. Now I'm going to do it with my fan film. I'm going to do this with my fan film. And I think that's cool, man. That's where I love fan films. I mean, I enjoy it. I feel bad I haven't been able to support as much lately, but I'm moving at the beginning of April. I got the event in May. I'm trying to get stuff to come in. Then I got another event in August. But what I do want to do with a lot of them is get the trailers rolling at these conventions. Really, a lot of this one's going to be showing off the talented people I know and have, and stuff like that.
Nice.
Other stuff, I got a lot of it covered up. Straka art, I got a original Straka piece that we're going to do, some prints, limited prints for Doomsday's Crypt. My buddy Michael Toth, who did, I want to show it because you've seen it online, the Nightmare on Elm Street art. I'm not sure, the Nightmare on Elm Street art, he even sends it like this. He's one of my favorites now, and he's really excited. And I'm gonna have to do a lot.
That's Michael?
What's that?
That's Michael Toth?
Yeah, Michael Toth.
Okay.
You see him. He does great work. And he's the one I told you about. The one I said, let him know.
I know I sent him a message and he kind of said okay, but then I don't know if he's actually gonna do it now.
I'm pals with him. I'm not saying I told him, no, don't worry, figure it out and we'll handle it, but
right.
We'll talk. I'll talk to you more about it with him afterwards, but
okay.
It'll happen.
All right. Sounds good to me.
I'm sure it'll come up with something kick ass for you.
Have you seen the new trailer I made? It's not a Batman trailer. It's a different trailer.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was looking at a message. Did I see what?
It's okay. Amy is moving as well. So she's
I know.
Moving.
That's why I was telling her. I messaged her a couple times ago. I get the stress that's going on with moving and everything, and
the
that's unexpected for me. I've been living in my place for almost 8 years now, and it's like, oh, we're selling the place. And at first they wanted to, it's like, oh, can you leave by January at Christmas time? I'm like, you're gonna have me move out after all this time? Always paid my rent.
Right.
At Christmas time, at the beginning in the winter. In
Right.
Missouri, are you kidding me? So we negotiated till April 1st, but it comes fast, especially with planning conventions. I'm investing money on certain things. I got like a $500 bill I didn't expect from something from 20 years ago that I got to pay.
Jeez.
Yeah, by April 9th, by my birthday, or I can't, it's just, if it ain't one thing, it's another. But hey, I've had worse stress in my life. I'll get through this. I mean, I work a lot and everything. It's a pain in the ass and it's a lot, but I got vacation time. I got actually my company just announced they're giving us a bonus at the end of May. So
Cool.
And I'm at work. I work living shifts like 24 hours a day, and I'm maybe home 3 days a week. So I'm probably just gonna hotel it until I get done with conventions and then find a place.
And you're going down to Florida, right?
Yeah, from Missouri. I'm not looking forward to the drive, man. But family's there. My nieces, my parents, and going to see my parents, especially they're getting older.
Right.
And spending time, and they're all into the horror convention. The last one, when I went to Phantasm in October, my mother's on her scooter going around. My dad, who's like a computer, is all excited about it. He's like, they loved it. I was like, wow, they're totally into it, and they had so much fun.
Cool.
My older sister wasn't able to make it. Hopefully, she should be able to make it in May. I've talked to her and my niece. And then in August, my younger sister is coming in from California too, so it'll be a big family thing, and I'm excited about that one. And then I got some stuff I can't talk too much about, but some big things going on for August.
Cool. That sounds exciting.
Phantasm. I've become friends with the guy who runs the convention and his buddy Roy, and we talked about a few things. So I'm excited about that.
Cool.
And I'm excited about Spookala too, because I got a 20 by 20. My buddy Camp Crystal Cabin 6 is gonna be there. He'll have his hawks on the table. I'm gonna have art. I'm gonna have all my stuff. Vinny's making a new thing. I'll give you Nick Malpagano, who's like the ultimate Myers guy. I got him making 2 masks for me.
Cool.
I got a lot of stuff going on. That's pretty cool. That I'm definitely looking forward to. Hey, Steve Merlo, I hope everything's going well in your shoot. I think Sawyer Massacre is going to be better than the Texas Chainsaw Massacre Part 2 2022. Yeah.
They're going to Texas to film that coming up soon, within the next couple weeks.
I was hoping with everything that's going on, I wanted to at least go by. Since Steve's such a great guy, to go visit the set and say hi to him and just go down and because Texas is only like 10 hours away, but with everything going on with the events that I got going on and the moving and everything else, it's kind of hard to do. But Steve, I'll be running loops. I'll have your trailer going. I'm gonna have something from Anthony going. I'm sure whatever he's got, we're gonna put it on the screen.
Awesome.
Pete's and Pitt's stuff is Voorhees Night of the Beast is supposed to release, of course, the 3rd channel. I'm gonna be hyping that. Sam Hain, I'm gonna be hyping, because between Sawyer Massacre, 3rd channel, and Sam Hain, I'm an assistant producer on that, which is a total honor. And then My Special Boy by James Grimm, I'm looking forward to seeing what he does with that. Awesome dude. I know he's working with Braden Timmons on it, who did Haddonfield Nightmare. That was a good. That was a well done indie fan film.
Have you had those guys on with you yet? Steve or Michelle or Les or any of them?
Have had a sit down on my show. I was on his show when I was at Phantasm last year.
Cool.
Michelle's been on my show. She's been on once or twice, and I have so much fun. Yes, I mean, you are a producer. Cool, I feel bad I can't really help more projects out now, but it's like, all right, I got Jason, the ones I'm already there with, I want to support you and Jason Pitts, and then also my buddy Jason Vandergriff, who's doing the Red River Expressway Killer, which should be cool, and he has a pretty cool trailer for it. I had him on, so I'm going to try to concentrate on a lot of that. maybe some clips for my show. I'll have you on, maybe ones with Steve, put some clips on the loop. I want to make sure this time. Last time we wanted to do it at Phantasm, but I was doing everything myself. I had 2 tables there. I set it up myself. You know, my parents, it was their first time, so they didn't really know what to expect. And, you know, it was a lot, but it was fun. And then we had some technical issues that it just didn't work out to run the loop like I wanted to. But this time we got time. Mike, Camp Crystal Cabin 6, and my dad's a computer guy. We're going to have these trailers running. I'd like to talk to you, Steve. I'd like to get Disorder on there. That was a great fan film for like $100.
Yeah, I think he won some awards with that as well. That's right. Always
Yeah,
a great chat.
I think they paid him. No, but I know he did it on no budget, and I liked it. I enjoyed it. And with no budget, I liked how he did it, like a Halloween '78 vibe, where you saw the kills, but you didn't really see them. You felt them, though. Even though you didn't see them, you still think you saw them. It was well done. It was a well done movie. For sure.
Steve's super talented guy, super nice guy.
Oh, I was wrong. It was twice the budget. Hey,
oh, 200. Oh my God.
I think there's a ton of really good filmmakers. I cannot wait. You know, Steve's got the finances for it, you know, that he was trying to get. And I'm excited because Steve really understands filmmaking well.
Yeah.
And I'm very excited to see this full length, The Sawyer Massacre. He's got some pretty cool talent working there on it with them. And
Michael Bell. Michael Bell's on there. Scotty Parkins playing Leatherface. He has a lot of cool people on it.
Oh, I'm stoked for it. I can't wait. I'm looking forward to seeing what he produces with the budget he's got. I got a feeling it's going to be really, really good.
Yeah, really. I'm looking forward to it. I was more excited for that than this Netflix one.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
I think he understands, and he's one of those guys. He's straight up. I don't think he cares too much about any of the sequels at all.
No, I think he's not a big fan of most of those.
But he understands 73, and he's not like, okay, I think he sees something that could be really well done in a prequel, which I agree with. I think there's more story in a prequel than a 70-year-old, 80-year-old Leatherface that's...
Yeah, right.
Here's another great guy here visiting. Church of Rehalls, Mr. Daniel Cruz. I got his... Oh, I got it back. Over there, that Punisher Hawk is by Daniel Cruz. I definitely want to have I got to talk to him soon. Like I said, I've had a bunch going on, but I do want to talk to you, Daniel, in the near future about the May event. Had a good chat with Scotty today. Actually, we're flying to Texas together. Also, you decided to fly instead of drive, or are you going for a visit and flying, Steve?
Steve, you're flying without me? Oh, come on, Steve. Steve, you got to fly me. Just kidding. I'm teasing him. I love Steve. Scotty's a nice guy, too. He's too nice to play Leatherface.
Yeah, me and Steve, I don't even remember how me and Steve met and became friends, but we hit it off and you know, as friends. I don't.
Super nice guy, man.
I don't remember how I met him. Probably through something, and I started following his YouTube channel, and somehow we started talking. I don't even remember. I probably was I wouldn't go away. He's like, all right, I'll talk to this guy.
That's how I became friends with him too. I'm like, Steve, I have a question, and I just had so many questions for him. He never, for some reason, he never ignored me. He always answered me, so I just kept asking questions, and then
yeah, that's and I respect that. He always, if somebody shows interest in what he's doing, he's definitely appreciates the people. I mean,
and he's a great guy.
Steve-O. We definitely, and yeah, you're gonna enjoy flying, dude. Trust me. I mean, I'd fly, but I got so much crap I got to travel back and forth with that. Oh, man, I'm not looking forward to the drive. I'm telling you, either way. I did it straight without stopping the first trip. and I was doing good. I did some updates when I'd stop for gas and be like, I'm doing great. The last like 3-4 hours, like I had to pull over like 5 times on the next exit, and like I couldn't lean back because I had. I'll show you a picture or a video that I got where I basically got the Pennywise that's over there.
Oh wow!
Over on, and I had that Michael Myers that's sitting there in the front seat, sitting there, and Pennywise is like messing with Michael Myers. I mean, it was I couldn't move my teeth back or anything. My arms on the armrest, my arms felt like noodles by the time. I think hurt for like 2 weeks by the time I got there. Finally felt better. Driving back and hurt again.
I know you have a lot of cool stuff. You were showing us last time, like your whole room's decked out. We met through the second Indiegogo we did. Indiegogo wasn't expecting your card, remember?
Yeah,
oh, it wasn't, wasn't accepting it.
With Indiegogo. I tried to say, and I'd even show him, like, I ain't bullshitting you. And yeah, and we became fast friends. Like, I mean, Steve's one of the guys who inspired me to start working on a script, you know, like all these indie people. And I'm looking forward to mine. That's down the road, but yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
I was going to say, I try to follow in Steve's footsteps when it comes to a lot of things, just because of the way he carries himself as a director, the way he treats people, the way he handles his Indiegogo campaigns, the whole thing. So, you know, I try to watch him and just try to do a lot of the stuff he does.
He's all right. He is the best.
Yeah. Steve's the best, man. He's got some pieces from the church.
Who's got some pieces? I got some from you. I need more because I'm a big fan of Daniel Cruz. It's so tough with everything, but I think he's saying Steve has some.
Yeah, I think so. Maybe he has some Leatherface and inspired masks or something.
Yeah, Steve's one of those guys who's an open book, man. If you have a question and he can answer, he'll take the time to answer. I agree with you. I think he's one of the best, you know, not only filmmakers in indie right now, but also, you know, one of the ones probably the most helpful, whether, you know, for anybody in the indie community. I always see him supporting everybody there and also working hard on top with his thing. So
he's one of the good ones, thank God. There's some other people that, especially right now, there's been so much drama just across the board, and you never see Steve involved with any of that stuff. He's like one of the few guys that you're just like, you can always rely on Steve to kind of just be normal and do his thing. You know, I do the best I can. I love the horror community. Yeah, thank you, Steve. Thank you, Steve, and people like Steve.
And here's the man who'll be with me in May. Actually, we're getting like 3 miles away from the event. We're gonna get, like, everybody's gonna have their own room, like a house. It'll be cheaper than getting a hotel room. So wanted to tell you there, Camp Crystal Cabin 6, my buddy Mike, John, Counselors Elite. You come home, been out all evening and night, you party animal.
He popped into one of the live feeds the other night, and I just saw Camp Crystal 6, and it said, hey, and it had like a skull axe or something like that, and I didn't know who it was. I was like, uh-oh, I hope they're on our side.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. I'm not worried about that right now. I'm just worried about putting on a kick-ass table at Camp Crystal Cabin 6. Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, you did. You know, I really enjoyed. Daniel's got some. He does a lot of everything. He does Myers, he does Hawks, he does. He's doing the Casey Jones Hawk. I know Camp Crystal Cabin 6. He's going to be in Florida. He does Hawks too. I mean, both. The thing I love about all these Hawk people is I got ones that are like just like the movie, and I know each one of them can do it. But I love the custom ones, like the Punisher one. Mike's done really cool stuff. I can't wait. I'm not sure that's going to happen, but I'll talk to you outside of that. We were hoping to. I'm not sure that's going to work, but doesn't mean that we can't get her on like a coach meeting. Oh, and thanks, Amy. He had a great chat with Thomas. Yeah, absolutely. Daniel. Bob Elmore is going to be there, and Bernarski's going to be there too. So there's 2 Leatherfaces there,
Cool.
and that'll be cool. I'm looking forward to that. Oh, cool. That's going to be awesome. That's going to be awesome. Beatrice is so cool. Beatrice Buckley, Freddie's mom from Nightmare on Elm Street Part 5.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's just such a nice lady. I'm rooting for her and her career to really take off. Like, we became, we're not like best pals or anything, but she'll message me or tag me. And it's like, oh, wow, this is somebody that my favorite part of Nightmare on Elm Street 5. And me and her talked, and I watched Quarantine and some other stuff that she did. And most of the interview, we didn't even really talk about Nightmare on Elm Street 5. She told me, it was like just talking for a while. And it was one of my favorite interviews just because she was so open and honest, and, really, it was a really nice interview. And we just became buddies, I'm really excited for her. I'd love to see her in some of these indie projects. And yeah, just a sweet, sweet lady. Oh, there you go. Either way, you're making it. Oh, yeah. I got to talk to you about a few things, though, but it'll be offline because I don't want to make any this or that. But there's things in the works, Mike. You know what? I haven't had a chance to talk to you, but we'll talk, Mike. Camp Crystal Captain said. Yeah, we're gonna make sure it's a spread. And one of the things, and Mike knows, is I want any talented friends that have, whether that's what I'm trying to do. Like, I'm gonna try to get my loot box done by May. It looks like I might have to push it off till Phantasm, just because of time and everything. But it's gonna be stacked with,
You're gonna have your own loot crates?
Yeah, I'm gonna be starting loot boxes, new big crypt loot boxes. I got a piece that I've talked to Straka about. I'm sure I can get a few of my buddies to do some things. Jesse's got some stuff I already got going. Michael Toth, I want to make it a stacked loot box at a good price that
cool.
Really promotes the talent in the community, because that's why I started Doomsday.
Man.
Never been like about what I'm doing, because I just collect, and I started
That's awesome,
off
man.
Yeah.
I want to check out one of your loot boxes.
Yeah. I've had some fun ones in the past. One of my guys, he wears a mask in Super Mario. Mike will tell you, he met him at Kansas City Crypticon. The dude's a character. I take care of 3 special needs, and all 3 of them are amazing people. But one, he's just a trip, man. He's just a trip. He's one of my favorites is James Shaver's unboxing of the Pinhead that I got. He was there with me. I'm knocking over Pinhead trying to do it, and he's laughing at me. And it was just one of my favorite ones, just because we had such a good time doing it. He gets excited to do it,
Right.
But he loves watching it on TV. Like, if I have him do an unboxing with me, he'll sit there and do his lines better, where I don't even have to tell him. He'll sit there and repeat himself, and he gets so excited because I'll put it on the big screen TV for him on a premiere. So I'm going to do some more of those. I can't, Mike. I got to hit you up on the thing. Facebook, I shared special effects things. Facebook hates me now. Every time, I don't know what it is. They keep banning me for 7 days. And then it was down to 1 day. They banned me again. It's like, what the fuck did I do? I can't even message. You guys keep banning me. Like, they're watching like everything I say. And I shared like a special effects thing with my buddy Ronnie Hayes. And next thing I know, bam, I showed off I showed a picture of this to a friend on Facebook Messenger. Cool. They banned me for 24 hours. Then I got over the 24 hours. I didn't realize was that. I showed, what did I show? I think I showed Daniel Cruz's Hawk, the Punisher. Banned for that for like a month. And then it got back, and then I thought I was sending it on Instagram and accidentally sent it on Messenger. So banned for another until whenever. It says 6 or 5 days now, but we'll see. Facebook's just got it out for me. It's brutal. I'm just gonna do I'll keep my conversation simple on Facebook, but I'll have either somebody message me on Instagram or something else, even though it's connected. Instagram don't bug me about it. Facebook, once they have like a target on you or something, forget it. They stalk you like you're some. It's the worst.
Huh.
I know Daniel Cruz has had some issues too. I know. Are you still on your Facebook shit list? I know a bunch of people that are. It's like once they get you once for something stupid, they just it's brutal. Like they watch you like a hawk. Like they put somebody on full time to watch everything you do. And it's like,
wow. Wow.
Yeah, and I feel bad because there's people that message me. It's like I don't want to click on it because I can see their messages. I can't respond though. It's like, are you kidding me? What, for showing a Terrifier figure? You guys are getting rid of me, showing a painted hawk. So I'm not showing any pictures anymore. Oh, Amy, well, that's understandable. How dare you quote a line from Aliens? Oh, I got to be careful with everything I do. I can't even have a conversation with a friend. Like, it's bad. Like, I'm on the FBI's most wanted list. But watch what he's doing. We're going to ban him.
Right.
I mean, it's fucking insane. It's fucking insane. Yeah, it is what it is. What are you going to do? You know, I'm just going to keep it simple on Facebook for simple correspondence. I'll be like, you want to see a picture of like a figure or something, hit me up on Instagram. Here's my link, because I don't even know what their problem is with anything. It's like, oh, you crossed the line with something on something you should. It's like a mask, a figure. Oh my, it's brutal. So I'm just going to keep them yes, no, okay, yeah. Talk to me over there, because it sucks when that's why I haven't really been able to set up any interviews or anything, because people that I had conversations with, not friends with on Instagram, and maybe they don't have an Instagram account. It's like, oh, it is what it is, because I run, Facebook's big for me to be able to have Messenger to correspond with people. It is what it is. Fuck them. Facebook, right in the face. That's why I was going to stream on Facebook tonight, but I didn't want to spoil somebody because the way Facebook does streams and it might somebody going through, and B, who knows if they just ban me for 30 days on Facebook or whatever. I don't even know anymore with that, because I'd love to do more on Facebook, but
I know it.
It's terrible. Yeah, cool. yeah. Camp Crystal Cabin 6 and Daniel Cruz with Church of Rehal is great. I mean, both of them are awesome. I love both of their work. They're really talented guys that I know. We've got a ton of respect for both of them. But all right, we're going to go back to Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2022. Hey, that's what we were talking about. Camp Crystal Cabin 6 going to have keep Mr. Church of Rehals there busy. I know he's working on things, so both of these guys are magicians. What they do, I really ton of respect for both of their work. And that's the great thing about hawks is I found a lot of the hawk makers are really, really questioned. And Amy's got a question for you, Anthony.
Yes. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. What you doing now?
I wonder what Amy's question is.
Dude. Oh, the anticipation. Look at her, right?
Batman the Killing Joke Indiegogo campaign goes live March 1st. Turn down Nightmare Toys.
Oh, yeah, I know what you're talking about. Devo. My son's here.
Hey Devo.
What's going on, buddy? Let's see. Tell us about the slasher that you're doing.
So I'm making a slasher film of my own. It's called The Flower City Butcher. And our Indiegogo campaign goes live April 1st. I have a teaser trailer on YouTube right now. I have to get you the link for it if you haven't seen it, so you can check it out. Let me know what you think.
All right. I definitely, you know me, I love horror, so I'm always going to check these out.
That's what it's for. I know a lot of the people that are supporting the Batman like horror films, and I thought I would give them my own take on a slasher flick.
There's nothing wrong with that, man. That's how you expand your writing and stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
Did you watch the since you are like a Batman, you watched Peacemaker, right?
I saw the new Suicide Squad, but not the Peacemaker.
Peacemaker was good, man. You should binge watch it if you got HBO Max.
Okay, yeah, I'll
Yeah,
check it out. I have to check it
that
out.
The Boys. You got to check out The Boys, and if you ever get a chance to watch Brightburn, yeah,
All
Brightburn's
right.
good too. Good stuff. Yeah.
I have so many shows on my list. People keep sending me movies and things to
I
watch.
think
They're like,
you'll
check
love
this
The
out. Check
Boys,
this
though. I think you'll really enjoy The Boys
out. All right.
because
Yeah, I'll have to watch it.
yeah. It's done by Garth Ennis. Actually, only he was supposed to be at a Comic Con, and then the vid hit,
Hmm.
and we already had our tickets planned, me and my guys, because we'd go to Comic Con. And Garth Ennis was going to be there at first issue, 2 second issues. I scored deals on because I knew the show was coming out. The Boys, ready for him to sign it, and like a week before, it got canceled. Everything shut down. Oh, it sucked.
Yeah, it's a Flower City Butcher. It'll be my first original film slasher flick. We already have most of our crew set or cast set. Still looking for some extra cast members. Still looking for some crew members. Right now, we're looking at April 1st to launch our Indiegogo campaign for that one. But get you the teaser trailer. If you like it, maybe you can play it alongside the Killing Joke at one of the conventions.
Yeah, dude, absolutely.
All right.
I'm happy to anyway. I mean, even if it's not my favorite thing in the world, no, I'm just kidding. You're my buddy, dude. I'll throw it on the screen. Actually, Camp Crystal Cabin 6, and if he's got time, he's gonna help me with a loop 4 because we want to have a loop
Cool.
run all these projects, all these creators, like stuff that he's made, Daniel Cruz, Vinny Cucarato, God, Jesse Aarons, Michael Toth. I want like all the stuff clips from the show. So we just got a constant thing where people can come and watch it, even if, make sure it's all right with Steve, which I'm sure he'd be cool with. Put on his short film, Disorder.
Yeah.
Maybe with
Atlanta Massacre trailer.
Alone and Masquerade he's got coming out. I'm not sure if that'll be released. That I don't want to do that, but even Voorhees that I believe will be on YouTube, that's released the weekend of the event. So
Right.
maybe be able to premiere it like at the event for them. And I want the booth to be. I'm not really doing it for sales or to make money. I don't do it that way. I want it to be showing off and the talent in the community and kind of make the booth an event, like a place that people want to be at, people want to stay at. What the hell, Burlight? Okay.
I want to bring some of the cast members on live with you at some point.
I'm always happy to have people on, and I definitely want to be streaming there.
Yeah, they're pretty cool people, man. Most of them are younger, but they've been working in indie films and
There's a few
interesting people, man.
There's a few people I'd love to have a sit down. Tiffany Saggio.
Yeah.
Am I saying that right?
Yeah.
I think she's really cool and talented. I know she's Vinny. It's Vinny Boombots, Vinny C. He's the guy who did all those pieces over there, and we got a kick-ass piece coming for
cool.
Yeah, he's the one I showed you all the houses close up, and you're like, wow.
Oh, yeah. That was pretty cool.
Yeah,
I remember that house.
He's the display master, really. I mean, honestly, it's got all that stuff signed. Actually, his light's on back there. He told me not to use an orange light, but I broke the rules. I got the orange light going because it looks really cool on it, Vinny. It does.
That house was sick. I like that.
Dude, the detail's unbelievable when you look at it up close. I mean, he's the best guy in the business, honestly. And I ain't just saying it because I'm friends with him. He really is. He was a big hit at Phantasm, Orlando. Big hit at Crypticon. His stuff just pops. I mean, that's a Nick Malpagano mask. Did a 13 for it, and and I'm more people were interested, didn't even care. Like James Jude Courtney, I think, gave me a spoiler at the event in Phantasm because he took the head, twisted around when he started signing it. You know how he did to the boyfriend?
Yeah.
Yeah. What's up, Mr. Bones? Mr. Bones, what's going on, buddy?
What's up, John?
Yeah.
Hello, Mr. Bones.
Yeah. It's gonna be. It's Vinny's been doing a lot of houses, and me and him were talking because the event James Jude Courtney is going to be there, and it's something that hasn't been done. That we kind of brainstormed, thought, hey, this could be a pretty fucking cool idea. He's like, I was kind of thinking that, you know, too. He was saying he wanted to do something like that, so it works out really cool. There's his lamp that's hanging. That's signed by all the cast. Will Sandin, PJ Souls, Nick Castle, James Jude Courtney.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm excited to see James Jude Courtney again. We actually became, you know, not best pals, but he'll definitely remember me. We hung out, had a drink after the show. We kept running each other like Big John, you know. You know, that was cool. He was actually because of Vinny's work, really, all the stuff I kept missing him because I had 2 tables, or I'd be running outside. I was just running around. And every time he'd come to my table, I wasn't there. And then he finally just sat down. He was like, waited for me. And then he started signing all this shit. And he didn't charge me a penny, which was even cooler. He just signed everything. You want that sign? You want that sign? And I'm kind of looking forward to this one. Because other than probably the piece the new piece Vinny's doing, I don't really have anything I need him to sign or bother him to. So it'll be more, don't have to have the camera in his face and, chill out more,
Right.
Because he was a cool dude. He's the type of dude you go have a drink with and just shoot the shit. Like, he's definitely one of the most straight up dudes that you just talk to. Me and him, a lot in common. Just a real good dude. Real good dude. The only thing that sucked is I promised him a cutout I got, like a full size cutout, 6 foot. Yeah, I'll send it to you. And it was one that didn't bend or go or break. Cost me like $250 to mail it out, but I told him
Oh my God.
Word. I might not like that I keep my word. Sometimes I wish I didn't. But, like, oh, that's cool. Okay, fuck it, I'll send it to you. I don't know how, or you can have it. I don't know how I'll get it home. I'll fucking send it to you. I was thinking maybe, because it was thin. I mean, it was like that.
Right.
It was 6 feet tall, but the height and stuff, I couldn't get it mailed at USPS. I couldn't get it mailed anywhere. It was like, what the hell? Hey, what the fuck? It's Mike. How you doing? Obscore. And all these guys got great channels here too. And make sure to check these guys out. Obscore, cool. Mr. Bones. And I'll share more of these links. I want to get Vinny on again. It's probably when we'll plan something cool out when he comes on, because he's got a lot of stuff in works. Maybe he can come on and show some of those houses on a stream. And if you want to check it out, you want to hop on the stream too, that's fine. Maybe Devo and have a shoot the shit stream. Because this was a great Texas Chainsaw Massacre stream. I think we did like 30 minutes and it just went off to our own. That's what usually happens with me. My script sucks.
Yeah,
but this is a perk that's on the 3rd channel.
Is that the poster? Oh yeah. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so
that's pretty cool, man.
That's a donation to the perks for Michelle.
Yeah, she's a cool chick, man. She's pretty easygoing, talented. She's gonna kill that sequel.
Yeah. Well, once Steve recommended her, it's like, well, Steve believes in it, and he checked out the script.
Yeah.
I'm all over because I'm a Halloween 3 fan, and actually some clocks from that Vinny made that were Halloween 3 clocks. So, yeah.
Yeah, I go back and forth with Michelle on Facebook a bit. We share ideas. She'll send me some stuff. She'll ask like, what I think of this, what I think of that. And I check it out. And I'm like, oh yeah, this is pretty cool.
I really like Michelle a lot. She's really nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. I told her anything I can do to help out, I definitely will.
Her next campaign goes live April 1st. So the same time my Flower City Butcher campaign goes live, the second campaign for the 3rd channel and the second campaign for Sam Hain go live the same day.
Yeah, that's cool,
So
man.
just trying
That's
to help cross promote for them a little bit.
I mean, that's the way you do it, though.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, all right, Cobb's got to be honest. I don't
Uh-oh.
get to meet for Halloween 3 or Texas Chain. I even said I like Texas Chainsaw Massacre too. Bob Elmore is going to be at Spook House, so I'm looking forward to meeting him. And Bernarski's going to be there from the remake. I think that's pretty cool. And Halloween 3, I think, and I don't get the hate for it now because it's not like people were surprised that Michael Myers is in it. There's plenty of Michael Myers films in the series. And Michelle was on. We talked about this quite a bit.
Yeah.
It's a great sci-fi / horror, and I think the sequel that she's got in mind. And I seen like one of these. I don't. She hasn't released. You know how like one of you have one, and I got
like a teaser trailer kind of thing.
Yeah, and she showed, and there's the one guy I'm hoping he's one of the main characters, was just spot on for Third Channel, and I love the way it's shot. I love the old school 80s style she uses. She's got a great eye for that, so I'm excited about it. Vinny is got. Oh, there we go. Yeah, I know Steve's a fan of Vinny's work, and
cool.
Vinny's done some really cool, like the gas station and stuff like that from Texas Chainsaw Massacre. So that's gonna be. Oh, absolutely, Hobbs, man. You know what, Hobbs, I'd love to have you come on sometime, man. I'd love to have you come on the show and sit and talk about, some horror.
Yeah.
Same with you, Bones. Anybody who's here that I know, reach out to me on Instagram because I can't respond to Facebook lately because they hate me. But yeah, man, I'd love to have all you guys come on and sit down and talk some horror and just shoot the shit. I'm terrible at keeping on one topic, as you see.
I do the same thing.
We have a whole list of stuff that I made sure I had. We had fun with it, but there's only so much to talk about Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Anybody in the chat, you guys can give it a rating on 1 to 10. I'm gonna give it a 6.8, just for the kills. The story, 2.5. The kills, I'll give it an 8, a solid 8, 8.5. I'm going to give it an overall score of like 6.8, 6.5. You with the Bones. Cover it up. Yeah, I started off with this one tonight, a little Leatherface by Jesse Aarons.
Yeah. Oh man, as a Texas Chainsaw film,
Zombie that actually worked pretty good because I got 2 of them from him. And there's a Scott Straka. Yeah.
It's cool black and white photo there.
That's Scott Straka work. I got him all over. And my buddy's comic Doomsday King. Yeah, that's James Mills art. Pretty incredible. Yeah. I mean, I'm lucky. I've met some really, really talented people in the community, and I love going to these events is kind of like doing a vacation for me. I don't take a lot of vacations. Actually, the event I went to was the first time in 8 years I took time off from work. Yeah, wow. I loved my job. I love doing what I do. So it's not like all I do is sit home, drink beer or something, get bored. I'm usually done during the week with that by Tuesday, Wednesday. It's like, oh, bored. You get to an overall 8. You don't know how to do all that. All right, did you like it, Bones, or did you hate it? No, I think you said you didn't like it, but
he said he loves it.
He loved it. He loved it. I don't know. You know what? I've seen some horror movies and I've seen worse than the series. Like I said, I don't think it was a great Texas Chainsaw Massacre movie, but for a horror, catch kills, it pulled it off for me. And a lot of people didn't like the mask. It kind of worked for me. A fresh mask with it kind of being pale, and he did put on some makeup. I think what they should have done, because skin's going to dry fast. It just is. Where they kind of darkened it and showed it like, more kind of the classic darker tone as the film went on. I think that would have been cool. Kind of into the mask, but I'll give it a almost a 7. I think that's a good score for a horror film.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, it's definitely not the worst. It's not the best. Like I said, people either loved it or hated it. There's no in between with this movie I've seen, except for this guy right here.
Yeah, I thought it was fun. Good enough to pass the hour and a half by. It was entertaining enough. As far as the Texas Chainsaw film, it felt more like an homage to the Texas Chainsaw Massacre than anything. That's what I'm saying. It was freshly ripped off of someone. It didn't have time to get aged like the ones that he had forever from the other movies. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of hate for Mel, the sister, the one
mm-hmm.
sister, and Lila. I don't think was a favorite, but I think Mel kind of trumped her. But my favorite's Richter. Honestly, the dude in the truck, dude. I thought he was a
Yeah,
great character, and he went out like a badass. Dante, I like too. I thought his death was really cool because they didn't really show what happened, and
right,
then you see him outside, and you kind of see the face, and I thought the special effects on that face was pretty brutal.
right,
Um,
yeah,
but I think my favorite kill in the movie was Richter. He was my favorite character. And I think that was my favorite kill when his leg gets kicked in. He fights hard. He kind of put up a good fight. It kind of was believable because he was a big enough dude to kind of hold his own a little bit. His neck getting caught into the glass
yeah.
and the keys being handed over. I liked it. He was probably one of my favorite characters. And I liked the way he went out, and I thought it was a brutal end, the way his face was just smashed in.
Yeah,
But
I think my favorite kill was the last one. Right
yeah,
at
he
the
had the
end.
other one forever, and I agree with that, both. But I mean, anytime I've seen skin takes a while to dry, but after a short time being away from the body, even a short time, I think as the movie went on, and I know it was raining a little, that might have kept it a little bit moist, but he walked all the way home. That stuff's the skin's gonna change color. It isn't gonna
Right,
stay bright. But I didn't hate the mask as much as I did in the trailer. I'm like, that's awful. And it grew on me at least enough that it didn't. Is it my favorite Leatherface mask? No.
right,
Uh, is it the worst? No.
right.
There's been worse ones. So yeah,
Yeah, there's some bad ones for sure.
there's some really good kills too. I liked when the one chick hopping out the window got cut in half. That was pretty cool. The end when the he grabs Mel out of the car and gives her a heads up.
I'm
Yeah.
guessing they probably put a prosthetic on her stomach and filled that with fake blood and then cut into the prosthetic. And so then the fake blood pours out. It looks like you're cutting into her stomach.
I, I think they mixed CGI with practical effects pretty well in that movie, and
It's possible too. Yeah.
I think it was a little bit of mix. Some of it was done really well. Some of it, not so much. But it's like
Right.
*Malignant* is that movie was what killed that movie for me is all the special effects looked awful in that movie, and I kind of figured that out. I'm not sure if you saw it. It was a horror that came out recently. It was on HBO Max. Hey
No.
Jennifer, how you doing? She'll be on with have Cheetah with you soon, and I'm looking forward to hearing a little bit more. She's been on a lot of shows with the Midnight Hour, and she's a big part of the community with Hobbs and everybody. And so I'm looking forward to Cheetah talking to her and learning a little bit more about her. She's quiet, giggly, good personality, but I think a lot of people will be interested to learn more about her. And Cheetah does a great job interviewing Patrick. So yeah, and these are great guys to promote with too, or talk to,
Cool.
and go on their show. So I'll definitely let them know and
Yeah.
see if they can let you talk about your films. And that goes for anybody else working on an indie project. I think
Awesome.
that'd be great, and that's what the community's all about. It really is. But let's see. We're looking at an hour 45 minutes. I wish I could go all night and talk. I'd hang out. I honestly would, but
Right.
my guys are back at work, so I got to get up at like 6 o'clock in the morning, get everything ready, get lunches packed, get them all the medication in the morning 7 and be out the door by 8. And but I've had a blast. I appreciate everybody being here. Don't forget to hit that like button. I appreciate all the likes. I appreciate all the interaction.
I appreciate you having me on. Thank you so much. I love coming on here with you and talking about anything. I don't care. We can talk about Ninja Turtles or Texas Chainsaw or the Batman or I don't care. I have fun.
I'm totally down for it. I love having people come on. I don't like doing streams by myself because
boring, right?
It kind of is.
Yeah.
Kind of is. I mean, yeah, it's a lot more fun.
Yeah.
And Hobbs is saying he'll help promote any way he can. Amy, I'm glad you had a great time. I appreciate you guys. You guys all rock the house.
Amy is my my manager.
Amy's great. Amy's great. I have a ton of respect for her and what she does.
Yeah,
and
she's the best.
She said with moving and everything, and I know how hard she works. I'm real proud of her. Real proud of all you guys, and you guys, everybody who's here, keep up the great work. Whether it's Camp Crystal Cabin 6 doing amazing stuff, Church of Rehalls, Daniel Cruz, Vinny C, Mr. Bones, Amy Crabtree, all you guys, Savannah Vlogs. She's got an interesting channel. She does a lot of, just sitting down, talking to her fans. She just showing off her life experience because she moved from the Philippines to Florida to be with her husband. I think that's awesome. She's Paul Heyman.
Amy?
I think she's prettier than Paul Heyman.
Are you talking about Amy?
Yeah, she said left. She's Paul Heyman.
Yeah, I can't see all the comments right now, but yeah, we talk about that.
Just shave it bald,
She's my Paul Heyman. She'll send me voice messages and she'll say, "My name is Amy Crabtree, and my client." Yeah, we have fun. She's super supportive. She helps everybody, man. She promotes the hell out of everybody's movies.
She's everywhere. She's everywhere. So I'll give a shout out to some of these projects going on.
Yeah.
The Batman Killing Joke.
Thank you.
Launches. The Indiegogo launches March 1st. That's in the description. Gotta give a big shout out to. You want to tell the people before we go that maybe jumped in a little bit about the Batman Killing Joke?
Batman the Killing Joke is a live action feature film. It's being made by me, and we have a cool cast and crew attached to it. Our Indiegogo campaign officially goes live March 1st, but we actually have a pre-launch page set up now for anyone that wants to check it out. Just go to Indiegogo.com, search for Batman the Killing Joke. Will pop up right away. Give us your email, and we'll send you exclusive offers. We have an exclusive one-of-a-kind T-shirt. And we also have some IMDb credits. Reigning defending. We have some exclusive IMDb credit offers. I also have another campaign called the Flowers City Butcher, and that's going to be live on Indiegogo April 1st. That's an original slasher film that has a different cast and crew attached to it. Lots of talented people, and I hope you check that out and see what we have to offer.
Awesome. And like I said, I put the link for your page there.
Thank you.
You guys check in the description. It leads you right to the Killing Joke fan page.
Cool.
Thank you, Jennifer Tochi, for being here. You guys are all the best. If you're not following me on Facebook, it's Doomsday's Crypt. Easy to find. Yeah. Share your posts. Share any time you're streaming. I know a lot of you guys are on there, and also have your groups. Like to get a few of you guys on. I know Amy's not big on doing interviews, but maybe we can get her on. Maybe we can encourage her.
I've been trying to convince her lately. I'm like, you got to get on and do these. Yeah.
Yeah, all about slashers. He's got what's the name of the slasher you got in the works?
It's called the Flowers City Butcher.
Flower City Butcher.
Yeah, and I have a lot of cool people attached to it, man. Troy Elke, Daniel Lund, Samantha Larkin, Anthony Carr, Austin Bidefoker, Brendan Sharp. Does he have Insta or YouTube? I have a YouTube, but the YouTube account that I had was I'm blocked from it. I'm like locked out of it and I can't get back into it. So I had to make a brand new one. And I don't have an official URL set up. YouTube restricts that. You have to have like a certain amount of subscribers before it'll let you get a URL nowadays. So I have like some long number. But if you search for Batman the Killing Joke fan film, we have a teaser trailer you guys can find. I'll leave a link in the comments section so you guys can check it out.
And Vinny C saying, if you need any miniatures, let him know. I'd love to get some miniatures. I'll up with Vinny's link on Facebook, and he's a great guy to know, and he'll show you some pretty cool stuff too.
Yeah,
but I know he's been talking about he's sick of doing like Myers houses and this and that. So I bet you he's got a 3D printer. So I know that would be something cool that he could do something cool with. And Amy, that'd be great. Mr. Bones, Jennifer, you guys are all welcome to come on. And
I'd like to get some of those actors from the Flower City Butcher on, so you
can meet them. Let's pull that out and talk about it.
Yeah.
Thanks,
man.
Yeah, dude, anytime. You're always welcome. All you guys are welcome. Everybody knows how to reach out to me. I think on Facebook, my messenger is done, but Instagram, it's Doomsday's Crypt. It says I got like 5 days left on Messenger, but they'll probably, by the time there's a few hours left, tell me I did something else wrong, even though I can't use Messenger and ban me again.
That's all right. I'll text you.
Yeah. Well, I'm saying everybody else too, just so they know. It's just you show a picture of the Terrifier figure, that's like banned 7 days.
Ridiculous.
Show a picture banned 30 days. It's like, oh my God.
I'm friends with the real Terrifier on Facebook. So
yeah, David Howard Thornton. He was on, he was on with I don't want to say. Well, my buddy Steven's channel. I'm tired. It's been a long day, but he's got a great channel too, Steven.
He's a cool guy, David.
Yeah, dude. Because I showed one of my buddies a special effects thing that was showing like it was bloody and whatever. But once you get like Facebook's onto you, everything they do just sucks. It just sucks. I actually I had Michael Levy on my show.
Oh, he's
behind Terrifier. He's behind Terrifier 1 and 2.
Yeah.
So and he's got a new movie Stream coming out.
Yeah.
That's go. I got that. He's got Felissa Rose and Daniel Harris, Tony Todd. The list goes on of icons. It's going to be a fun movie, and
cool.
Yeah, David Howard Thornton's in that too. So yeah. So many cool things that are coming up. I'm excited about it. But yeah, Michael Levy was definitely a fun interview too. Awesome dude.
Cool.
Definitely down to earth horror fan. So I like him. But guys, you guys all the best. I really appreciate everything. Don't forget that thumbs up for me. Makes me feel special. David has actually been banned himself dozens of times. Dude, once they're on you, it's forget it. It's done. It's done. Like once they ban you once, the second you fart in the wrong direction, they're on you. It's like, oh, you're done.
Yeah, it doesn't surprise me. I try to stay clear from it, but I'm sure I'll get banned at some point too. I've had good luck so far, but
Yeah, they left me alone for a while, and once there was one flag, I think Amy knows about it. It's just been ever since then. It's been a fucking nightmare. Fuck Facebook, right in the face. Fuckers. That's why I was going to stream it on Facebook, but I didn't want to do the spoilers, and I didn't want them to ban me for something fucking else.
Right.
God, suck. Like close down my whole Doomsday's Crypt group. So
right.
And I'm keeping it simple on Facebook. But thanks, guys.
Thank you.
I know we said a bunch of times. Check everything out. We'll be doing more. I know Anthony will be here again soon, and we'll have a great time.
Yeah, definitely.
All right. Peace.
All right, thank you, guys.